I still remember the first time I saw him. It was raining that evening, the kind of soft rain that doesn't rush, just falls slowly like it has all the time in the world. I was sitting by the window of a small cafe. I had just moved to the city. New job, new life, new loneliness. Everything felt unfamiliar and, honestly, a little empty. I was staring outside, watching people run with umbrellas, when a voice pulled me back. "Your coffee." I turned, and that was it. That was the moment my world quietly changed. He stood there, holding my cup, looking at me with calm eyes that felt strangely comforting. His hair was slightly messy, like he hadn't tried too hard, and his smile, it wasn't big or charming in an obvious way. It was soft, real. "Thanks," I said, trying to sound normal. But when our fingers brushed, something inside me shifted. Something small, but undeniable. "First time here?" he asked. I nodded. "Yeah, I just moved." He smiled gently. "Then welcome. This place feels better after a few visits." I don't know why, but I smiled back. "I hope so." There was a small pause. "I'm Arav," he said. "I'm Anya," I said. And just like that, a stranger became a name I would never forget. I started going to that cafe every day. At first, I told myself it was because I liked the coffee, but deep down, I knew the truth. It was him. Arav didn't try to impress me. He didn't flirt, didn't say big things. But when he spoke, he made me feel like I mattered. Like my words weren't just sounds, they meant something. We started talking more. One day, he asked me something that stayed with me. "Do you believe in love?" I laughed. "I think love exists only in stories," I told him, "not in real life." He looked at me in a way I couldn't explain. "Maybe," he said softly, "you just haven't met your story yet." I didn't reply, but that night, I couldn't stop thinking about his words, or about him. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into something I didn't want to name too quickly. We began spending time outside the cafe, long walks after work, sharing street food, laughing over nothing. Sometimes we just sat quietly near the lake, watching the sunset, and somehow that silence felt more meaningful than any conversation I had ever had. And somewhere in between all of that, I fell in love. Not suddenly, but slowly, deeply, completely. He became my habit, my comfort. One evening, we were sitting by the lake. The sky was painted in soft orange, and the wind was gentle against my skin. "Anya," he said quietly. I turned to him. "I'm scared." I frowned. "Of what?" He looked at the water, then back at me. "Of losing this. Of losing you." My heart tightened. "You won't," I said, even though I didn't know if I could promise that. He shook his head slightly. "Life doesn't promise anything." I stayed silent for a moment. Then I did something I had never done before. I held his hand. "I don't know about life," I whispered, "but I know this. I don't want a future without you." He looked at me like my words meant everything. "Then don't let go," he said. "I won't," I promised. And in that moment, I truly believed it. But I didn't know then that love doesn't break loudly. sometimes it disappears quietly. One day, Arav wasn't at the cafe. I thought maybe he was just late. The next day, he still wasn't there. Then a week passed. No messages, no calls, nothing. At first, I told myself not to panic, but slowly, the silence began to hurt. It felt like I was holding on to something that was slipping through my fingers. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to his house. My heart was beating so fast, I could barely breathe. An older woman opened the door. "Yes?" she asked. I'm looking for Arav." Her expression changed slightly. "He didn't tell you?" My chest tightened. "Tell me what?" "He left. For another city. For his family business." Everything inside me just stopped. "He left?" I whispered. She nodded. "He said he didn't want distractions." Distractions. That word shattered something inside me. Was that all I was to him? A distraction? I don't remember how I got home that day. I just remember crying in a way I never had before. Because it wasn't just sadness. It was confusion. It was betrayal. It was love, with nowhere to go. Months passed. I tried to move on. I really did. But some people don't leave your heart, even when they leave your life. Every corner of that city reminded me of him. The cafe, the lake, the rain, everything. And the worst part? I still loved him. Then one day, I heard his voice again. "Excuse me." My hands froze. That voice. I knew it. Slowly, I turned, and there he was, Arav, standing right in front of me. My heart didn't know whether to run to him or run away. "You left," I said, my voice breaking. "I had to," he replied. "No," I shook my head, tears already forming. "You chose to." He stepped closer. "I left because I was scared," he said. "Scared?" I laughed weakly. "Of what? Loving me?" "Yes," he said softly, "and losing you." I stared at him. "I wanted to become someone better, someone worthy of you," he continued. "But I did it the wrong way." "You broke me," I whispered. "I know." "You didn't even say goodbye." I didn't trust myself to leave if I did. There was so much pain between us, so many unanswered questions, but also so much love that never really left. "I tried to forget you," he said quietly, "but I couldn't. You were everywhere." My tears fell silently. "I thought you forgot me," I admitted. He shook his head immediately. "Never." Then he came closer, close enough that I could hear his heartbeat. "I came back for you," he said. My breath caught. "I love you, Anya." I never stopped. My heart trembled. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to run into his arms, but the pain was still there. "You hurt me," I said. "I know. So why should I trust you again?" He gently held my hand. "Because this time, I'm not running away." I looked into his eyes, and this time, I didn't see fear. I saw certainty, love that had grown stronger, deeper, and somehow, so had mine. I stepped closer, rested my head against his chest. "I hate you," I whispered. He let out a soft breath, holding me tightly. I know. But I love you more. And in that moment, I realized something. Love isn't perfect. It breaks you. It tests you. It makes you cry. But if it's real, it comes back, stronger than before. And this time, I didn't let go.